Alrighty. Alright. Welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is Group A, the Sky of Wolves. This is the real episode 7. Last time when I uploaded, I had it listed as episode 7 for another group. That was actually Group A's episode 6, and we are on episode 7 now. As of right now, we have a full party going on. I have removed Kaylee, who was controlling Elsie, from this party. And you guys may see Elsie popping back up as an NPC in the future in other places, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Anyways, when we last left this group off, you guys celebrated. You just finished celebrating your victory, beating the vampire lord Birion Ryler of the Twilight Fang, while you were in the city of Gwir. You guys joined forces with a band of mercenaries known as the Blue Band, and hired them on at 2,000 gold a head was the price you negotiated for them. Or rather, they negotiated for themselves, and you guys left Gwir and made your way to a town called Darendar. It is a crossroads town that is basically in the central part of Ardersarai and of northern Ardersarai. If you are going to the mountains from the capital, you cross through Darendar. If you're going to the mountains from Gwir, you cross through Darendar. If you're headed to pretty much anywhere in the region, you cross through Darendar. So it is a pretty large. Like trading town. And as you guys were passing through it, you saw that there is actually an army posted inside of Darendar, headed to the capital. The mountain wardens that Elena told you that she needed to move south were on their way southwards, and Ardersarai is engaging in a civil war. While in town, you guys also found out that some cults had taken up residence inside of Darendar, specifically the Cult of Embers and the Heart of Embers and the Followers of the Fifth Ascended are all recruiting pretty heavy out of this town. From there, you guys headed northwards to the Flame Gate, and we had a pretty short session actually last time. The Flame Gate is a series of about a dozen hunting lodges, scattered just around the paths that lead to the safe paths through the mountain that lead towards the Earthfire. When you guys arrived at the Flame Gate, while Darendar was like heavily populated and lots of people were in town headed southwards, the Flame Gate, which is once again one of those large cities that reaches over 50,000 population, you guys found it to be barely inhabited, as most people have headed to engage in the Civil War, or at least those who could be spared. You guys went to the fanciest lodge inside of the Flame Gate and found Elena.
I'm alive.
Wait, say it again?
I'm alive.
Oh, okay. Yeah, your mic was muted. You guys found Elena.
I tried so hard this time.
You found Elena at the lodge, and she told you guys she was ready to get started. So we will pick up there. And let me pull up the lodge she was staying at. I actually don't have it in my notes. Did I tell you guys a specific...
You said it was a fancy one, like middle... Like, not top of the line, like fancy, but like middle class, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm sorry to ask.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I was just going to say, I'm sorry to ask this because I wasn't, I stepped away for a few minutes. Do we have a new person tonight?
I guess I should introduce Tangier or Shelby. He may or may not be joining you guys in the future. I was just talking to him about the campaign a couple days ago. Super interesting fella looking for a group. And I just invited him to listen tonight.
Fair enough.
I apologize for bringing it up. I just happened to see they were in the group chat and in the game.
Oh.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
And I guess since it happened, this is something I should just like address publicly. Removing Kaylee was something I'd been considering for a while, but I was, trying to give the player the benefit of the doubt, and just certain things just made the decision for me this weekend, and I didn't know I was going to do it tonight, but then it got done tonight, so hey, great success. Anyways, the tavern, that's what we're doing. Alright, this place is called the Shining Wing, and it is one of the nicer lodges in the city. The general way these lodges work is each one is owned by a different family. However, the ones inside the main part of the Flame Gate are oftentimes owned by merchants for commercial reasons. Anyways, this lodge itself is nearly... Let's turn on some music, man. Been sitting here like so dull. Oh, okay, I have mine muted.
That reminds me, I should probably put my volume back up. Yeah, no, I've been in game for like 3-4 hours.
Yeah, like, I always mute it when I'm like working on Roll20 stuff, and then it's really weird for me to DM without it. Like when I go and watch other people like streaming D&D and they don't have background music, I'm like, how do you do that?
You just need to sort it out, and it's the effort to actually set up in the first place.
Yeah. Anyways, you guys are at the Shining Wing, and Elena has completely rented this place out. There are 3 stories to this lodge, and there are 2 hearths in the main room. A central circular one that's warming this entire building through all 3 floors. And then a second smaller one immediately to the right of the door with with about a half dozen chairs set up around it. Where you'd expect a large dining and meeting area in this first floor, the space has been cleared except for Elena's table and a table that Terracry is also sitting at. Both of them are on different sides of the room, though. Oh, well, actually, Elena's not on a side of the room. She's walked up and greeted you guys. So yes, Elena said, let's get started. I'm gonna pull up her character card for you guys for the people who have not seen her. The 7, Elena Ladelia. Alright, so, she's going to look to Nykirin, who is bowing before her, and say, you guys have increased your ranks again?
Have we? Is that good? What do we do?
You added... The last time you guys were with Elena, the blue band was not with you.
And neither was I.
Yeah. And Alward was not there either.
Oh, right. That sort of...
And by extension, you also didn't have a black bear with you. I'm pretty sure Kara's a black bear. I can never remember if she's black or brown. That sounds racist out of context.
Did you assume your bear's color?
Why she gotta be brown?
Well, because one bear is stronger than the other.
Kara...
This is gonna go into a weird place, so I'm just gonna stop.
I just need to quickly check the ranger page is all. Doesn't really matter for the time being.
Yeah,
Like,
it is
by the way,
the
grizzly bears are
CR
stronger bears.
of them, and I'm looking at it right now for you. It's got 78. It is probably a black bear. It's a medium beast, so it's a black bear.
Well, there we go.
Bada bing, bada boom. Anyways, Elena is going to fish out a pouch from her side, and reach her hand in. Her hand goes a lot further than you'd expect, fitting the whole thing in, fitting all the way down to nearly her elbow inside of this pouch. And she pulls out another larger bag, and she says, "Well, very well, you shrug?"
Shriek.
Oh, okay. She pulls out a larger jingling bag and says, "Well, since we probably wouldn't be around any bolts, I came equipped with more funds. I'll pay you guys at the same rate as everybody else, 1,200 gold ahead."
Yeah, Alwood's eyes seem to like pop out of his head cartoonly for in the cartoon style for a second before just like, yep. That's.
Nykirin is going to very subtly and very hardly very heavily elbow Malik and say, "Our price." Malik remembers she said 2,000 gold ahead, and Malik was like, "Ah, yeah, that's nothing for her."
Oops. Malik will nod and say, if I may, speak.
Elena nods and says, "That's never stopped you before."
Fair point. Since we have added to our numbers, there has become a need for greater financial endowment. Previously, you've said that money is no object for you. Does this remain true?
She's going to look at her pouch and say, "Well, I can only pay you with what I brought. But when we get back to any cities, if you're still alive then, my funding significantly increases."
Very well. Our additional compatriots at this point in time, they are the Blue Band. Introduce yourselves. Have a conversation with yourself, Brandon.
Yeah, Nykirin is going to once again bow and say, It is a pleasure to meet you. We've done work with the merchants, we've done work with the Ruby Alliance before. Our reputation's known amongst them. If there's an item you desire, we can... Elena holds up her hand and says, "I'm not affiliated with the Ruby Alliance." Nykirin gestures to her ruby pendant necklace that denotes her as a member. And Elena says, yes. It's simply the process needed for me to access my vault. Nykirin nods and says, "Well, regardless, we specialize in acquisition." Elena tilts her head and says, "Acquisition?" And she nods and says, "Rather it be by day or night, by the law or off the books." Elena smiles and says, "Oh, you guys actually got somebody useful."
Well, I mean, you didn't hire us to, but it's, I have what most would call a magnetic personality.
You're repelling me every time you talk.
The best thing is that works.
Magnetic.
Elena is going to Elena's going to nod and then say, "All right, 1,600 gold each person."
Additional 600. You said.
What did Malik say?
He said, "Right."
Nykirin is once again gonna elbow Malik, and she's gonna make another sleight of hand check for that. Of just Malik, like as Malik goes right, he goes right, right in the ribs.
We were actually thinking, due to certain extracurricular activities we have undertaken, you might say, we find ourselves in need of just a little bit more. 2,000 per head would be agreeable.
Lena is going to shrug and start fishing out handfuls of gems and gold from her pouch, and says half now and half when the job's done.
Sounds good.
In the same manner as before, she's going to hand Malik 4,000 gold, which is the other half of the payment, and says, "I hope this will keep them in line for you." And look to the rest of the group and say, keep his head on. Otherwise, you lose your payment. At that,
Soulmane just
I'm
kind of
no
looks
longer
around.
self-proclaimed. I am now the de facto leader.
Soulmane looks around to the room. Are there any like pedestrians or?
No. Elena has completely rented this place out.
Then he just looks at her. We killed one of your vampires.
Yep, that's a thing we did.
That's kind of how they found me.
Yeah, she's gonna point at herself and say, "My vampires? You mean the Twilight
No,
Fang?"
not yours. Yes, we have slain a member of the Twilight Fang.
All right. Elena is going to run her hand through her hair and it's like, "What about the others? Did they follow you? Oh,
No.
oh my gods."
Probably.
You are such a beacon of confidence and optimism.
What confidence?
She's going to point in the distance and say, "We're stealing an entire goddamn earth fire. We need to be as subtle as we can about this."
Well, to be fair, we were subtle when we killed him. We did it on a deserted island away from civilians and prying eyes.
A thought occurs. You're trying to be subtle, stealing a giant fire.
She's going to nod and say, once the ritual's complete and we have it, we can just disappear like that. But if we have every prying lord and lady from Ardor Sarai following us and trying to stop us, it's going to make completing the ritual significantly difficult, or more difficult.
Yeah, so I'm sure no one's going to notice a giant fire suddenly disappearing.
She's going to pull out a scroll, and it's going to look like gibberish to Alward. But she's going to say,
What, not one of my languages? Like 5 languages?
Let me look if you speak this language.
Common, Halfling, Draconic, Infernal, Elven.
You recognize the characters of Draconic,
Hey.
but the it is some magical incantation that just looks like gibberish to your eyes.
I can read it, but I can't understand it.
Yeah, she's gonna say once the ritual's complete, we're teleporting straight out of here. Nobody will be none the wiser. And she's gonna snap her fingers and say it'll be just like that.
How long is this gonna take?
She shrugs and says, something like this has only been, attempted once before in history. But I've perfected it. I think I could do it in, maybe in an hour, maybe 2.
You're taking a beacon of the gods in an hour.
Well, sure, but the gods...
You also say you perfected it. But,
the god that spawned this hasn't been around for a long time, and even if he does exist, which he doesn't exist.
Elena's going to gesture towards Malik and say, yeah, Galesong's been missing for over 700 years. And she nods to Alward and says, I was hired because I'm the best at what I do.
And you hired us because we're the best at what we do.
She shakes her head and says,
still alive out there.
Yeah, she shakes her head and says, no, you guys
The
were
rest of the
just
vampires?
convenient.
Shut up, Roy.
No, they were convenient. I was what I did what I was supposed to do.
She nods and says, yes, true. We have this Civil War to thank for, or we have you to thank for the Civil War.
Eh?
And at this point, I think we're just digging too much into specifics onto the past, as opposed to, I don't know, how we're going to basically do anything currently.
Elena nods and says, we need a guide, preferably one who's not a mountain warden. These paths can be treacherous without a proper one.
I mean, I haven't really studied the area, but I can get a quick hold of nature. One thing I think I'm rather talented at. Gestures to the bear.
She's gonna look at you and look you up and down and say, well, I don't doubt that. I just would prefer somebody from the region.
Well, if it helps any, we do have a cart and carriage now, and horses.
That is a thing we have now, but I'm not so sure. I'm not certain that either of these vehicles will be particularly handy at getting up the mountainside. I mean, I don't know very much about mountains, mind, but
well, there's got to be trails if people go up there, so there's got to be at least a road.
Are there any maps around detailing routes and all that?
In this particular lodge, there is the one person Elena hired to run it. However, no, not in this lodge. You could go out into the rest of the town. Now, the town is sparsely populated, but it is not empty. You guys are not the only people in town. Yeah, sparsely populated.
It's quiet.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, speaking of that, Leno, do you know why there's so few people left in the town? I've heard this area is usually pretty bustling.
She nods and says, we started a civil war. That's why we started it, to clear out the north. They're all headed south to fight, and that's going to make our job a lot easier.
So that was the reason you had that happen. Fair enough.
She nods and says, it's just a distraction to keep them all occupied. They'll put the country back together, and hopefully things will be fine here. But if not, it's not really our problem. She's going to take count of the party, and then the blue band are going to be the only ones kind of looking a little distraught at that question, or at that statement, and she's going to put her hand in front of her mouth and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're Ardorians, aren't you?" Nykiran nods and says, "Skari and Anston are. But we get the job done, regardless." Elena's gonna nod and say, "I like her."
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. That's why we selected their band.
Was it for meat shielding?
I'm glad apparently I didn't kill anyone that night, Matt, so...
Not for lack of trying.
By my head count, Malik, you're the one that's actually caused the death of 2 of them, so...
Well, on that note, I think I might go have a look around and see if there's anyone who might know the way around the passes.
Alrighty.
Yep. Yep. Just
what does everybody else want to do?
Malik is going to glance about and then say, "Hold on, I'm coming with you."
Okay. Come on, Carla.
Squaw!
Hey, Roat.
I'd
Go ahead,
like
JD.
to, aid Alward in her investigation check.
Is
Your advantage.
Okay. You can go ahead and roll that. As far as Roak goes, though, it is cold. Everything in his bird senses are all of his bird senses are telling him to migrate south.
I mean, I'm wait, rolling something? What would I be rolling?
Oh, if you were investigating.
As you're walking out, Malik, as you're walking out, Soulman's gonna stop you. I want my share of my cut right now.
I gave him his share of cut.
Okay, Malik doesn't have his share of the cut. Didn't he spend it?
I only ever had the 100 gold I had on me. The full amount of my cut that from the beginning of the adventure onwards, Malik has kept on to.
Did I? That doesn't sound like something I would do.
So,
yeah, the 1,000 gold that she gave us to begin with.
No, the starting gold you got from the campaign was presumably the money Elena hired you guys for from all the events of last campaign. Or, you know, in Alward's case, in Roak's case, just things they've acquired in their travels. The money she gave Malik at the start of the campaign was because a character named Dirge asked her for 1,200 gold per person in the party, and she went to go get the money, and then you guys were chased out of town. When you guys finally settled in Gwir and met up with each other, she gave each member of that party, which was Woody, Malik, and Elsie, 600 gold, and gave Malik the other half of their payment for when it was completed to pay the rest of them, the rest of the money. And that was specifically to be bodyguards for her.
So I haven't been paid for... So I wasn't even part of the pay for
the
bodyguards at this point.
Yeah, you are traveling with her because I'm assuming the capital was hot and she was your contact. You know Elena is a person to be around if you want money. Her pockets are nearly endless.
It goes without saying, but I've distributed the 4,000 that she did just give me among the group.
Okay,
I think
well,
that 4,000 was for the blue group.
yeah, the blue band each received 1,000 gold from her, and maybe I wasn't clear in explaining this. They each received 1,000 gold from her, and then she gave the other half of the payment to Malik for when the job is complete. Are you distributing that among the party?
No.
Okay.
I'm holding. I will look at how many people we have in our party. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. I will actually give the 4,000 I just received. 1,000 to Salmain, 1,000 to Rogue, and 1,000 to Allward.
Yay! Money.
Money.
Okay, and it was also worth noting, I didn't get a chance to point it out because decent roleplay was happening. When she handed you the 4,000 gold, you guys could... It was not subtle at all. You guys could see the hunger, greed, and everything kind of processing inside of Skari's mind. Like, she was just straight eyeballing Malik.
Huh.
Step up if you think you can.
That said, it's a lot harder to steal from 4 people than it is 1 person, so...
Okay.
She knows not to steal from me, because the last time she did that, she ended up with a sword in her chest.
Yeah.
Soulmane's gonna start going around looking at weapon shops, different item shops.
Okay.
I don't have investigation. I do have perception, but not investigation. Just so
Is your
I
investigation
mention that.
better than 1?
I have 1 to my intelligence, but I do not have the skill.
Okay.
Wait.
Well, that's... I have 0 in intelligence, but I have a stone of good luck, so yeah. You want to
But
roll
we're
the
running on that,
investigation
like,
of plus
don't
1,
skill.
or shall I roll the investigation of plus 1?
Or should I go
Wait.
with you guys, since I'm looking for stores anyway?
Wait, okay. I thought we were going off like, if you don't have the skill, like if you're not proficient in skill, you can't use it.
You can still use it.
No,
No.
For tool proficiencies, if you're not proficient with the tool, you can't use it. With skills, for the most part, if you don't have the skill, you can still attempt it.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'll okay. Yeah, that's fine. Guess I'll make that roll.
You have advantage. I'm assisting you.
Not that I needed it.
Apparently not.
All right. And what is Roak doing as his party heads out to do stuff?
Well, I don't really need armor or weapons, and let's see. I guess I'll look for a potion vendor of some kind.
Okay.
You want to tag along with me, Birdman, since probably most of the stalls are going to be in the same general area?
Yeah.
Don't get your feathers in a ruffle.
Okay.
I'm gonna be very
Ruffles have
upset if
ridges.
you just like have a whole list of dialogue that Soulmane would say to his bird companion.
No, these are all completely off the cuff.
I played in a campaign where one character was a centaur, and I did write up like 30 horse jokes like before the campaign.
I bet I know which one this is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, though.
Way to be a horse's ass, Brandon.
You know, this might just be a completely utter random guess, but I think we may have a bit too much time on our hands. just looking at the at Roll20.
Whoa, wait. Now you think this is bad? You should have seen the group 1. This is nothing.
There was penises galore.
Group
Oh
one
no,
is-
I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
There was nothing but penis as far as the eye could see on that screen.
Glad to see there's been some kind of evolution.
We're
But before someone corrects me
Follow
and
that.
draws a massive dick.
I seem to be expecting it, so it won't happen. Yet.
Now that you've mentioned it, I've got yeah.
Alright, so you guys go investigating for a guide through the mountains who is not a mountain warden. I
was more looking for someone who could basically like advise me more than actually guide me. Like actually come with us to guide us. Basically, like give me the information so I could guide. That's what Howard was planning to do.
Alright. Okay. In that case, then you're going to get a slightly different sampling pool. Of the people you come across, the main one you find willing to give you information and kind of teach you the lay of the land. Because most people in this region, this is how they make their living. Guiding people to and from the lodges. So the only one willing to share the secrets of the trade with you is a woman by the name of Scrunch. She has one eye and a large scar running from her missing eye socket to the top of her head, where on the side of her face that the scar is on, and the side of her head, she's missing half of her hair. The other half of her hair is woven into a braid. As you are investigating in this inside of the Flame Gate and go into these different lodges and these different hunters and guides, they all point you to, oh yeah, Scrunch would be the one to tell you how to navigate the mountains.
Sounds like she's the teacher.
Yeah.
Actually,
She's seen one too many trips gone bad, so she would be the perfect person to ask on what to do and what not to do. Anyways, though, Scrunch makes her or lives in the bottom ring of the Flame Gate, actually nearest to the gate. She is in a hunter's lodge that is actually one of the few that is populated. This one, there are people inside drinking and celebrating, while the atmosphere is pretty jovial. It seems that they are they're celebrating a specific person in the tavern who is performing for them. She is sitting away from all of these festivities. As majority of these lodges are circular, Malik and Allward are going to find her on the outer edge of the dining part of this lodge. She is very noticeable. The woman, missing an eye, missing half her hair, large scar on her face and head. She is sitting alone, and we should probably go to some tavern sounds. What do you guys want to do? You want to approach her? She has no idea who you are.
I guess we could do that.
Yeah. Otherwise, she just continues sitting there looking off towards the about 24 people gathered around this woman performing.
Hi, yeah, sorry, just decided to die, so I missed majority of the talk of the tavern.
Okay. Ooh, this is weird. Okay, I'll have to make do with this. Yeah, my headset just decided to start putting you guys through only one ear. That is exactly what I wanted.
Nice.
Anyways, let me take a 2-second break actually and grab some different headphones because I can't hear you guys speaking that well.
Okay, well, tell Brandon out while he's doing that. Basically, the tavern there's a party going on celebrating some woman performing. Your target is sitting alone, staring off longingly at the group.
Masturbating.
Fair enough. Hey, do you reckon I should leave the bear outside or just casually ride on in? As I've been doing this entire time.
Is it bad that my only thought when Elward is actually walking with people is that meme from Family Matter or Full House? Wait up, guys! I have short legs.
You see, that's why Howard doesn't walk. He lies on the back of Kara, and Kara does the walking.
Woo! Alright, this is gonna be different. Can you guys say something so I can test these out real quick? Oh god, you're still going through the other headset.
Ride Kara to the tavern as I've been doing this entire time.
Alright, so can you guys speak one more time? I can finally hear you in Discord.
One more time.
One more time.
Remember, you must all hail the mighty pie.
Alright, so we're just gonna deal with this, and I will buy some new headphones this week. But I can hear all of you, which is what I needed. So, did Anthony explain the tavern to you, or do you need me to go back over it? Okay, cool. What are you guys doing?
I suppose I'm going to make my way over to my soon-to-be teacher.
All right.
Just casually sat on my bear.
Okay. As
That's haunting lodge, though. That's not entirely unbelievable.
Yeah. As you like walk over to her, this part of the lodge is a little bit empty, as you know she's sitting away from the celebration. She is going to turn and look at Malik and Elward approaching, and in the truest fashion of her name, she's going to like scrunch her eye and squint at you guys. And then she's going to speak and say, "Are you from Handrew's lodge?"
Can't say I'm from any lodge.
Malik shakes his head and says, "No, we're looking for a guide."
She spits and she pulls up her sleeve, showing another scar on her arm, and says, "I don't guide too much, not since a wyvern caught me on the side of a cliff."
How long did you guide for?
She smiles and says, "If there's some important lord or lady that's made a sun servantor, you can bet your last gold coin that it was probably me who guided them to the Earthfire."
So you must know a lot about many of the ways to get there.
She nods and says, "Yeah, I mostly just instruct some of the younger wardens around here." She stands up and says, My name is... Good Lord, what is her actual name?"
Someone tells me not Scrunch.
Yeah, no good parent would name their child Scrunch.
I don't know. I've met some pretty, like, uncreative parents who actually turn out to be pretty good.
Keeper. She introduces herself with a title, Keeper Angela. Keeper Angela.
Cool. Well, Keeper Angela. We are going to be making our way towards the Earthfire, and I'm not exactly one to bother people. I just find it a bit distracting from the nature around me. And so I prefer to do things on my own, and I don't really know the area whatsoever, so I was wondering if you wouldn't mind maybe dropping a few tips. Save a poor halfling from getting killed.
She's going to look at your bear and say, do you have any anything else? You taking any asses up there?
Look over to... I can't remember if I brought Solomon or Malik.
You brought Malik.
Well, I look over to Malik.
I smile and say, Malik, pleased to meet you.
She nods and says, "No, I meant livestock." Oh.
What?
Oh!
Again, I look over to Malik.
Come on, guys. You hit that one to you.
Best part is that I didn't mean that as an insult, as in you're just a person who has information. But yay.
Yeah, she's gonna say, if you're taking your bear and other horses and animals up there with you, you're gonna have to take a path that leads around. However, there are some caves and tunnels you can go through that are straight west of this city that could put you on a path that leads towards the Earthfire a day sooner.
And what kind of dangers would there be? Things are rarely that simple in nature.
She's gonna smile and say, the caves lead through the Wyvern cliffs. But they're not as bad as
go around.
She nods and says it's essential if you have livestock. Those flying beasts love eating anything they can swoop down and grab.
So to go through the cave, we'd be going through basically the Wyvern hunting grounds. And if we were to go around, it would take a bit longer, but we'd come out the other side perfectly safe, granted if we treat things correctly.
She nods and says some of the hunters in the area have claimed to seen an Inio wing flying around in the region. But those things won't mess with you if you don't mess with them.
Sorry, a what?
An Inio wing, they are on the wiki. They are basically elemental phoenixes in this world. There are phoenixes, which are the fire versions of the bird, but there are also water, air, and earth versions of them too.
Avatar phoenixes.
Yes.
It's also nice because I get to steal one.
Yeah, you guys have seen one so far. It was in captivity. They are, at one point in this world, they were not uncommon to see. They have been pretty much hunted, not to extinction, but to the point where a sighting is pretty rare.
Okay. And obviously we, as you said, we leave them alone. What should be done in case they get a little too close for us to leave alone?
She's gonna gesture. She's gonna gesture 2 fingers to her neck and say, if you kill them, sometimes it takes them a few days before they rebirth. So just putting it down and leaving the area as quick as you can is probably for the best.
How badly does the weather affect travel routes?
The cave, or rather the Wavering Cliffs, drastically, but the safe path around the north, there are patrols from the Royal Army that will occasionally police them. Generally, if you get stuck out there, it shouldn't be too bad, as you'll be found in a day or so.
And how often are the patrols?
She scuffs her nose and says, once you get about 50 miles from Northwind, you'll see one about once a day.
Trying to think of anything else I want to ask.
And I'm gonna move you guys over to the map.
I'm happy with that.
On the right side of the page, Northwind is that military fortress right there, north of Artersarai.
Alright.
And you guys are headed to that peak. And she has given you a red path, and she has given you a purple path.
Brendan, real quick.
Yes.
You mind if Miriam spectates?
One more time? Yeah, she's perfectly free to. You can either give her the YouTube or you can invite her to the Discord.
I'll do so.
I think I have to invite her to Roll20.
Okay. Let's see. Wild animals, natural hazards, general popularity of the pass, thus leading to danger to the group. Obviously, so I won't be left alone. Okay, so it takes a day less if we were to go through the caves, but how long would the path take to journey across?
Let me look at that real quick for you. Delete this. And delete that. It is difficult terrain.
I can ignore difficult terrain and make the entire group ignore it as well. So
okay. Taking the safe path, it is going to be 3 tiles, which is 8 days.
Okay.
Let me double check that just to make sure. Nope, that is definitely wrong. 4.5 days.
Okay. And the caves?
The caves are a straight shot for you. Climbing the Wavering Cliffs, it would be a day and a half.
Would it be much more dangerous and we won't be able to bring our carts, would we?
You would not be able to bring your carts, and it would be much more dangerous.
Alright. Well, thank you for your tutorage. I will be sure to bear it in mind.
Alright. Do you guys want to do anything else while you're here, or she simply grunts at you and goes back to looking at the people on the far side of the lodge?
I mean, I'll just like before we leave, like as we leave, I'll just leave a gold coin on the table.
She picks it up immediately, like as you do. You hear her call behind you to a server and says, "Another gallon of ale." Somebody starts walking towards her table. Alrighty. Scrunch has informed you guys there are 2 different paths to take there. And Roak and Soulmane went looking for shops in this area. Alright, so Arter Sarai is on the verge of a civil war. So weapons and armors and the smiths that would create those, you guys saw most of those people in Darendar. So that is going to be something that is scarce up here. Is there anything specifically you're looking for?
Not specifically. I'm just kind of looking around at different weapons and maybe special things people are off.
Okay.
I'm just looking for see if there's any potion shops around.
All right. There would be a group of apothecaries who stay in the Flame Gate. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. Their lodge would be outside of the Flame Gate, but you know, this whole city is like a collection of these lodges. So you would be able to find one. They're not going to be in the same place as the merchants. So that'll be the second part of your guys' journey. For one more time, Anthony, like what Soulmane was looking for, you said just anything unique that catches his eye?
Kinda, yeah. He's good with it. He's happy with his blade, but he wants to see if maybe there's something he could replace it with if, you know, it catches his attention.
Okay. Can consider his attention caught. He is the only thing that is going to catch his eye is he's gonna find a shop selling artistically crafted like metal goods. In the shop are a plethora of different oath blades, which are very, very, very nice ceremonial swords, often used for weddings in this region. But also among these oath blades, he's going to notice there is one that is basically, or that as snow is falling, it's kind of falling around this blade. It is probably one of the nicest crafted short swords he's seen. The blade of it basically gleams.
Does it basically gleam or does it actually gleam?
You know what? We'll roll a percentage die on if it's in his mind or it probably just caught the sunlight in a good place as Soulmane was walking by.
Soulmane will stop and head over to the stall, not making it look like, you know, he's super interested, but definitely keeping his attention.
Alright, so this place is kind of like a large tent that's set up. And there are several wooden boards that are like tied together, leaning in the back of this tent where all these swords are strapped up on. They're all displayed horizontally down these easel-like boards, or down these easel-like planks that are tied together. He's got a fire out in front of this tent, keeping him warm. As Soulmane comes up, He's gonna smile and say, you looking to court somebody?
Maybe. We'll have to see.
He's going to put his hands in front of the fire, warming them, and then look back and say, got the finest oath blades if you don't care about the traditions of old.
Well, I don't care about much these days. I did see something that caught my attention. And he's going to point to the short sword that he caught, that you were describing, the one that caught his eye.
Okay. He's gonna look back at it and say, oh yeah, that one's beautiful, isn't it? Smith, who gave it to me, said it was all magical. Don't know why you need a magical oath blade, but it is oh, he has to. I gotta roll something for this. My bad. 8. He is going to say this is, and that would just roll right off the desk. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's going to say that one's name's Imani.
Imani. What would I roll to try to discern what that translates to?
It would be a religion check. Right off the back, though, you're going to know oath blades are named after guiding stars. Different stars represent different things. On a 20, you're going to know Imani is means faith, and it is the star that is called the direction of the redeemed, guiding people towards redemption.
Oh, the irony.
Yeah, actually. He's gonna say, well, since it's got that magical ability to catch your eye, I'd say about 400 for it. Sounds fair.
Has anyone else shown interest in it before?
He nods and says, people up here, though, don't much like buying oath blades, especially one for 400 gold.
Would you be willing to part for 350? Since it seems like not many people are going to be wanting to buy it off you to begin with.
Roll me a persuasion check. 17. He's gonna kinda, you're gonna see him kinda like grind his jaw a little bit as he's thinking about this. And, shake his head and say, no. If you knew who this was, crafted by, his name itself warrants a, extra 100 gold.
Well, if you're that confident, who crafted it then?
Rotero Ilderon? Rotero Desk. Or Delsk. He is, he says Rotero Delsk. He's one of the finest, mountain warden smiths in this region. He's down south now contributing to the efforts, but his crafts are legendary.
May I, before I make my final decision, may I hold it and see?
Yes. He hands it to you, and also hands you a black sheet that goes along with it.
Do I feel anything while I'm holding it, or?
It is really well weighted.
Phenomenal cosmic power.
Yeah, it's really well weighted, but as far as like, you know, any magic that imbues you, you don't feel anything. It does, however, like, just looking at this blade, Soulmane can tell this is not an ordinary sword.
Can I do an investigation to see if I can discern any markings or anything on it?
You can. Looking down at the blade, just inspecting it. Soulmane is just going to hold it up and just watch it for a moment. Snow that gets close to this thing just kind of always diverts its path right around the blade. The blade itself is pristine.
He looks back at him. You said 400?
He nods.
Soulmane lays it down.
Alright. Soulmane can add magical short sword Imani to his inventory.
And I'm sure if I attune to it, I'll figure out more of it later.
Yes. Or you can have one of your arcane casters identify it. You guys got a lot of those between Elsie, Malik, and Elena.
Congratulations, you bought the first item.
Alright, so headed to the apothecary. Does Roak just want to stack up on potions, or is there anything specific here he'd be looking for?
He wants a couple of healing potions on hand. Really, nothing too fancy.
Okay. As far as, just getting some basic healing potions, Roak is going to be able to find those. He's going to be able to buy those from the different people here. And this isn't just a single apothecary. This is kind of like the group of people dedicated to, watching over the people in this region. The menders, the growers, all of that. But Roak's going to be able to find common healing potions here for 50 gold each. They do have some greater, and I forgot what the step above greater was here. However, those are going to be significantly more expensive.
Okay. Well, how much is just like a basic healing potion going to be?
50 gold.
And how much are the graders?
The greater is going to be 200, and then the superior is going to be 800.
Jesus.
A superior, though, heals for 8d4 plus 8.
Soulmane is going to buy 2 greater and hand them to Rorak.
Yeah.
You're the one that heals us, so if you have something stronger you don't have to use your magic with, might be more beneficial.
That makes sense. Appreciated. Probably be using them on you in the past,
I figure this might better my odds of you actually healing me and not letting me die one of these days.
Get hit so I can actually heal you. Yeah. What did actually no, that's about all he need. What was those 2 greater you said?
Yep.
Yeah.
They heal 4d4 plus 4.
Put 2 of those down. And I mean, really, that's all he needs. How does he have 17? Oh, he's got stuff. Okay, I was just seeing what armor he had, but I didn't want him to be any slower at flying. I think that's not being able to be hit is better than the seat anyway, so.
Alrighty. Alright, so the party is going to meet back up at Elena's Lodge, the Shining Wing. You guys are all together. Everything you've learned
All
and seen
together,
in town, you can share with one another.
Soulmane is going to go up to Skari, hand her 20 gold, and say, "Identify this for me, would you please?" Handing her the sword.
Skari is going to pull out her pearl and say, "Ooh, new item." Before she does, Anston is going to place his hand on Skari and say, "Skari, it's a weapon." She nods and says,
"It's an oath blade. I doubt it's going to have that much to it in that sense."
He grumbles, removing his arm, and Skari is going to cast Identify on it. She begins shaking as one normally does as they go through this oracle-like experience of seeing these visions of the weapon. Comes back to holding the pommel of the sword and smiling and say, "It's never before been wielded." She hands it back to Soulmane and says, "It's a very keen weapon. If you swing it, it's likely, or rather, the blade is likely going to land." Soulmane can add a keen short sword to his inventory. It is a +1 weapon using the infused system that we have on the wiki. Its +1 infusion has been replaced with keen and sinister. On attack rolls, you can re-roll a 1, and on damage die results, you can also re-roll 1s. Just once.
Like once per round, or like once per day?
Once per round.
Well, I can only attack once per round, so that works for me. Alright, so it's keen.
And it is sinister.
It's something I didn't mean to. UF11. Oh, that wasn't what I had. Now I hit it. Okay. When you get a second, Brandon, can you just type that in the chat so I can copy it?
You
You can do it later. You're not, so I'm not holding up more of your time.
Oh, you're fine. If, do Malik and, Alward want to share what they learned?
No. Yeah, I'll be sharing. Alright, so, there are two main paths. One leads through the Wyvern Caves. It should only take 3 or so days if you can climb the cliffs and not be eaten because it goes straight through the Wyvern's hunting grounds.
Wyvern.
The other path leads up towards the keep up north. Takes about 4 or 5 days. And if we time things right, we could avoid the daily patrols. Although those are really more for people who get stranded as opposed to other things. I don't know. I don't really deal with cities.
Do you know the schedule of their movements or no?
Nykirin is going to shove Rosero forward and say, if we want to take some time to lay a plan, we can send Rosero up there, and he can get them for us. Might take a extra day or so. Rosero is going to, a smile's going to slowly grow on his face, as, you know, his confidence is kind of growing, and say, I've never, seen a government building that I couldn't infiltrate.
Are you confident to go alone, or do you need backup?
He shakes his head and says, you guys will just get me caught.
As he says that, Soulmane pulls down his hat to transform into him. You guys are just gonna get us caught.
He's gonna look it over and say, that's pretty uncanny, but you can't just repeat what you've seen. You've gotta blend in and create an entire persona.
Well, if you're confident, just don't get yourself killed again.
Rosero is going to point and say, hey, I'd like to think I died a good death. We charged him.
From what I hear, it was quick and painless, at least.
Nykirin is going to pat him on the back and say, hey, you're not a fighter. He's gonna kind of give Soulmane a not an angry look, but kind of like a frustrated one of like, yeah, you're right, but I don't like what you're saying.
Sorry about that. Back.
She's Oh, go ahead.
My point is, you're no use to us and our plans if you're dead, so be careful.
He nods, and she's going to point him back to, or towards the second floor and say, hey, go get ready for the trip. It's at least 2 days to Northwind.
Soulmane just, as he's starting to walk away, he pulls off his hat, throws it at him. You're better at infiltrating stories. This might help you get the face you need.
He's gonna take it, look up at Soulmane, and then start to smile and say, alright.
You don't give it back, it's not gonna end well.
He's gonna nod on that. You're going to hear Hilarious start scribbling before she finally
He points the sword at her. Scratch it out. Not even looking at her. Scratch it out.
She's going to say, I was just going to add, our group has a terrific history of returning hats. Hilarious, by the way, is wearing the most elaborate hat out of all of you.
He sheaths the sword. Brendan, I will be right back. Sorry.
Okay. For the rest of the party, though, you guys are sitting here, discussing like which route to take. Before the doors of the lodge fly open again, and Terror, who was not in here when you guys return, steps back in. And he starts calling out throughout the whole lodge, Elena! Elena! From the second floor, you're going to see Elena emerge from a room and look down over the center area of this lodge. He looks at the party and walks by and to the center fire and says, "He's still here! The eye never left!" Elena hisses from the second floor and says, "What?"
That's a hiss.
Yeah. He's gonna continue and say, "I was just scouting around town. He's here." Elena is going to roll her eyes and say, "Great, great, 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 great. The Eye of the Mountain is still up here." She calls down to the party and says, "Hey, you guys are good at kidnapping people, right?"
No.
That's what Roek responds with?
Yes.
Now, by kidnapping, you mean the ultimate goal is to make them disappear, right? Because if so, we're fantastic at that. Phenomenal.
No.
If you mean they have to come back later, not so much.
Yeah, kind
of. She's gonna shake her head. You guys see her swear under her breath.
Hey, it's a Christian tavern.
And she's gonna say, double the pay for everybody if his head's dead on a platter by tomorrow night.
Roy gets up and walks out. Closes the door.
Alrighty. Roat.
Direction.
He just walks out.
Yep.
Alright.
Or exits, yeah.
What's the rest of the party doing?
Waiting for additional orders.
I suppose pouring over maps of the past.
Sounded pretty clear to me.
Yeah, the Eye of the Mountain is in town. Elena needs him not to be.
Okay, in that case, I guess I'll exit and roll an investigation check. Anybody wanna come and assist me on that?
Let's see. Okay. Not bad for the -1. Did I lose everybody?
Alright. No.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Roak, looking around, this is not going to be much of a hidden affair. Just with the information he's able to get in town, it's a pretty common occurrence for the Eye of the Mountain to come to the Flame Gate. People inform him that he's posted at a lodge on the paths on the way to the Flame Gate, or on the way to the Earthfire, outside of the Flame Gate, northwards. He has brought several of his best keepers with him.
Roll loading. I will point with my staff in a pointer dog fashion.
All right.
That way.
Oh, hey, let's get you guys back to the page for the Flame Gate. All right. So, if the whole party is just following Roak without question, you guys are going to leave the northern part of the city, and as soon, and this is going to be very, very weird, but it's just something that you guys have to trust me on. As soon as you guys leave this side of the Flame Gate, And you start walking on this path northwards around the first mountain that this town is built into. Maybe about 300 steps in, the weather completely changes from like a very chilly, like cool, like forested entrance to the mountains to a bitter frost, like wind constantly blowing and snow falling terribly heavy just in these few steps. And it is almost an entirely different biome on this side of the mountain. If I'm not 100% certain of like what gear the party is wearing, but even heavy weather gear in this type of weather is only going to allow you guys to travel so far before you have to like stop and warm up.
Go ahead. There's something. Your elements. Do I have here?
Is that a spell this edition? Endure elements?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Because I was looking on the wizard spell list when I was seeing what Elena was preparing for this session, and I was just like, oh yeah, she'd take protection from elements. Oh wait, it's endure. Oh, that's not a thing either.
Yeah, see, that's one of those spells that rarely ever comes up, but I prepare it just because if you ever do need it, it's like a life or death thing.
Yeah.
So
I'm back, by the way.
All right. Information you miss.
we got a contract, boys.
Yeah, as you guys were discussing your plans, Terracry busted inside of the lodge and said the eye of the mountain never left the north, and he is at the flame gate. Elena began swearing and told everybody to either kidnap him or kill him. He does not need to be here, and said she would double everybody's pay if it's done before tomorrow night. The other thing too, with how mountains work, is just a weird geological thing. The difference that 100 yards can make on a mountain can be two entirely different biomes. As soon as you guys left the flame gate, on the other side of this mountain, the weather is impossibly harsh and very cold. You are only going to be able to make so much traveling each day.
Well, how far away is this place?
The Earthfire itself is maybe 60 miles northwest of you guys.
So if we can't make it there in a day, but she wants it done by tomorrow, then what's the point of us going?
Oh, you're talking about the Eye of the Mountains Lodge?
Yeah, our current
that one is a part.
target.
Yeah, that one's a part of the Flame Gate. You guys can see that in the distance on the mountain path you're on. I'm just telling you what happens when you start taking the path that bends around this mountain.
Fair.
It is maybe 3 football fields in front of you, which would be 300 yards. It's once again, the Flame Gate is just a collection of lodges scattered around this first entrance of the mountains.
Right.
There is smoke coming from it, and it is alight. You guys can make it there, fine. I'm just telling you for the future of your travels.
Fair. So, how subtle are we going to be about this?
Soulmate just kind of looks over his shoulder. How subtle are we about anything?
I meant that out character, but that's fine. That's
Oh, the information Roak got and shared with the party. The Eye of the Mountain brought his best keepers.
yes. I would have relayed all that information.
Since we're traveling for over an hour, like as far as getting there is concerned, no problem. I can also make us incredibly sneaky.
But we have someone late with us.
So are we going to do this tonight then?
Yep.
Come get me when you're ready. Soulmate's going to go up to a room.
We're leaving now.
Is it nighttime or is it still midday?
It is the afternoon. The
We
party
should
went
wait
out
till darkfall.
and did reconnaissance, and yeah, you guys just got around the bend of the mountain. Was what I described to you.
It'll be dark by the time we get there.
I would begin launching a plan into action, but Malik has an intelligence of 10. He is not a planner.
That's where it's already left.
Doer.
Malik does stuff. He does it real well. He does it hard. He does it.
That's no time like the present to try out a new toy.
Yeah, Rogue's already started making his way that way anyway.
All right. As you guys are walking towards the lodge, and you're like fighting through this cold, Nykirin is going to be the first to speak up and say, hey, you guys know as well as anybody else that I'm in desperate need of some money, so a job's a job. But do you really think, and she's like yelling over the snow, and I'm yelling over somebody's like feedback in Discord, so kind of goes back and forth. She's gonna say, do you really think we can kill the Eye of the Mountain? I mean, he's like eye of his own chantry.
If we can't, we won't have to worry about it anymore.
Soulmate is going to turn around, kind of look at Nykirin. Do you know how I ended up with these people?
She shakes her head and says, no, Malik never told me.
First off, you might want to lower your voice if someone hears you saying stuff like that.
Well, you guys are fighting through a blizzard as you're walking here. If she talks low, you're not going to hear her over the wind.
Soulmate's going to walk
I can't
closer
hear
to her
you.
so she can hear him without him screaming. You heard what happened at the Capitol, right?
She nods and says, yeah, we gotta, and she's still talking loud, but less loud, and says, yeah, we got a lot of jobs off of that.
Well, so did I. I was one of the assassins that was there during the whole killing the magnet situation.
Her eyes go wide and say, and she says, you killed Respis?
I didn't personally, but I killed a whole bunch of his guards.
She shakes her head and says, the Magnate's a legendary warrior. The Eye of the Mountain's something the same as far as faith goes.
My point is, there was maybe 4 big name people there, and a bunch of lowly, throwaway people. I think we can handle one person.
Oh, it's not just one person.
I think we can handle this with our group.
He's got his whole honor guard with him.
Nykirin says, if you're sure, I'm with you.
Not totally sure, but like I said, if it don't work out, we won't have to worry about it anymore.
Soulmane is going to pull his rapier off his belt and hand it over to Nykirin. This is made of Velpure. You kill him with this, he ain't coming back.
It's okay, guys. I've got an idea.
She looks down at it ponderously, still trudging forward with you guys. Looks to Roak and says, I always like going in with a plan.
Oh, it's just for me.
He's going to fly up out of their reach and keep us alive. Is that about right?
Sure.
Nykirin looks back at Skari and Anston trudging through the snow too, and then to Malik and Soulmane and says, if things go south, I'm getting my people out of there.
If you get the chance.
That is very concerning for her. Regardless, though, you guys trudge forward and you make it to this lodge. This place is designed a little bit differently. This is one of the larger. This is one of the larger ones, and it has all of the estate around it. Belongs to this lodge. Inside the this is actually a two-layered or two-tiered lodge, and in the back distance of it, you can see there is a actually, I can draw this for you. We'll draw with green. It is a two-tiered lodge, and then in the back distance, built onto the hillside, you can see an additional area where a massive stretch of canopy hangs over additional wooden structures built into this lodge on the cliffside. Arriving at this thing, this place is probably half the size of a fort or a castle, and inside of the first floor is a giant dining hall. While there's probably space here for nearly 300 people, there is this lower floor is only occupied by maybe 24 keepers or 24 different mountain wardens. There's a large, long, and I can't think of the word, stretching hearth in the center of the room here, warming all of the dining tables, and there's stairs leading up to the second tiered area in the back. However, you guys, this isn't like the other lodge where it was like kind of a circular arena looking down on you. This is kind of how this thing's structured. The second tier, you guys can't even see who's up there. You can't even see who's up there, as there are just stairs leading up there, and you can see smoke and fire and hear people talking. And you guys are coming in from this direction, so that's kind of, if I've illustrated that at all properly for you guys, it kind of looks just like a wall with a plateau on top of it for the next area of this lodge.
What does the door look like?
The door of this place is actually there's no door. It's kind of a large wooden frame, arched. Actually, let's go with that. That is not at all how I wanted to draw that, but we'll go with it. And there are the whatever canvas you see that was draping off the cliffside is also draping the entrance to this place. It is a free affair as far as you guys can just walk inside of it. I'm not pleased at all with that, so I'm going to delete it and redraw it while you guys tell me what you're doing.
We need to cause a distraction to clear out any of the mountain wardens that are in there. Are there, like, trees and stuff nearby?
Around this lodge, yes. There are, around each of the outlying lodges, there are hunting grounds and other, like, smaller support buildings, such as areas, or I'm sorry, like buildings that would have for like tombs, outhouses, all those other things. The lodge is the massive building that everybody stays in, and then the land around it that goes with it. But yes, there are trees. The trees on this side of the mountain are going to be a different breed than what was on the other side of the mountain. Much larger and hardier.
Soulman looks over at Elward. Elward, you said you can make us extra sneaky?
If you said anything, Wiz, I think your mic is muted. But I describe the inside of this place to you guys. Are you guys not stepping inside yet?
I think we were taking a moment to
Okay.
talk about it.
Malik, you're a magic user.
Oh.
I don't see how that applies to this situation.
Well, what do trees hate most of all?
I'd say lumberjacks.
About on par. Fire.
No, I'm pretty sure it's lumberjacks.
My point is, if you set the forest on fire, they'll come out to try to snuff it out, care of it, giving us ample opportunity to get in there.
Or we could set the building on fire and get the same result.
Is the building completely made of wood, or is it stone?
Wood, canvas, and presumably animal skins.
Oh, super flammable. Okay.
Is it possible to barricade all of the entrances from the outside?
You can try, but once again, this thing didn't have, like, doors.
One time I didn't prepare stone wall. Well, we tried. Let's go home.
Hold that thought.
If Malik launches a fireball inside and just lights the whole building on fire,
Two
we can take them
fireballs.
out. 2 fireballs. We can start picking them off as they come out screaming on fire.
No, they've all got fire immunity.
Let me also take a second as you guys are out here. Why is that on that layer? What layer am I on? Objects and tokens. That needs to be on the map layer. Anyways, let me take a second while you guys are out here discussing to describe this to you better. So this lodge itself, the lodge and then the 2 wooden towers built into the mountainside are the size of a very small fortress. The towers on the backside of this thing, where the flats of canvas are, you kind of see this lattice structure of like what would be presumably like rooms or something on these things, and the canvas is kind of draped over it like this, and then the lodge is on the bottom part of this, and I'm deleting this other stuff to kind of clear this up. You can see into these towered structures, and I think what would best describe it without any additional description, just sitting out here watching this, through the winds, you're gonna see somebody mounted atop some flying bird type beast that's going to fly to one of these towers and into one of these rooms, completely entering the lodge from these canvas towers. To your guys' estimation, it is some sort of rookery or ability, or something to house their mounts.
Good old town. And stuff.
Would you feel terrible about killing some of your people, Rook?
I mean, that's kind of racist. Just because he's a bird doesn't mean that all birds are his people.
Nykirin is gonna roll a nature check. Well, actually,
I swear to God,
the
this
one
becomes
who's more.
This becomes a topic of debate.
Mm-hmm. Skari's gonna say, "Look more like a griffin to me."
So I'm gonna do one of those bird-like things where my head turns around 180 degrees.
At Skari.
Yeah.
She is Whoa, she's initially unnerved. And then, as you guys are staring at each other, she is huddled for warmth. Is gonna say, "Can we go inside? It's really cold."
Oh.
If we don't want to...
Malik, it's too cold, the lady says.
I don't see how I could possibly help you with this situation.
Rogue turns around and starts walking back to town. Done with all of you.
We tried. He's unkillable.
Alex, start burning the place, please.
Chuckles for a second as he places a hand on Roeg's shoulder and says, "I think we're thinking about this too hard." He turns to Salmain and says, "Allow me. I'm going to cast invisibility in a 3rd level slot on me and Salmain."
Already.
Now, let us be off. Wait, better idea. Roek. Roek and Alward, if you two would like to go in and request a meeting with this person in private, that'd be great.
I can try. I'm going to take wing and fly towards the skin. You said it was Eye of the Mountain, wasn't it?
Yes. All right.
So I'm gonna fly inside.
JD, please be aware that invisibility has a duration. I don't know if it's an hour or if it's 10 minutes, but I think it's one of the two.
Concentration up to an hour.
Okay.
It's not going to take us an hour to find this guy inside this house, is it?
No. It is not a house, though.
Domicile.
Then I don't see what the problem is.
Yeah, I was making sure it wasn't 10 minutes. Anyways, though, you guys.
Well, it's not 10 minutes.
Yeah, you guys are going to head inside. You're going to see this initial area populated once again by the 24 different mountain wardens. They're going to look at Roat and Alward come in. It seems that they are discussing something over dinner, and they don't pay you guys any attention. They look at you, and then they go back to what they're doing.
Okay. So, is there a dude here that obviously looks like he's in charge?
Among the mountain wardens, each of these guys looks like some sort of Antarctic barbarian. They are there's no rank of nobility that you can notice that would like set one of these guys out of like, oh, that's the steward I need to speak to.
Okay.
And there are men and women within their ranks.
Alright.
The women do not look as bad as French.
Okay. So, he's gonna kind of look around a bit, then announce, I would speak with the Eye of the Mountain.
One of these guys is going to get up. They're going to walk towards you and say, I'll take him. He extends a hand forward to Roat and says, Keeper Addison.
I'll take his hand. Are you the Eye of the Mountain?
He shakes his head and says, no, but it's common. We greet each other. Haven't seen one of your kind around here.
No. I would. It is most urgent that I speak to the Eye of the Mountain.
He tilts his head and starts leading Roat to the back of this lodge. Stepping up into the secondary area of here. This place is less of a like dining area or lodge, and it's more of a giant amphitheater. There is a huge hearth in the middle here. A huge pit for a fire. However, 8 smaller stacked fires are lit around this central area. The large pyre in the middle is not lit. However, there is wood stacked there. You can see in the distance as he's leading you directly through this fire pit. By the way, you can see in the distance what would appear to be some sort of throne or speaker's table. There are 8 people gathered around it, speaking. Among these 8 people, there is a incredibly aged. There's an incredibly aged man sitting at the center of this table, hearing out each person.
How aged is he?
So aged that we'll do the common human thing, and then we'll roll 3d20. He is, good lord, 20, 39, 49. He is 79 years old.
40.
Question. What was I in here? Was I in here just to distract this guy for a little bit?
I don't know what you're in here for.
Soulman and I are following invisibly. Sorry if I did not make that clear.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Once we're alone in the room with the Eye of the Mountain, we jump him. You see?
Alone with Eye of the Mountain with the 8 other people.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously it doesn't work if we're not alone with the guy.
So how do I get the other 8 people here? Plague! Alright, so this dude looks almost as old as Roic does.
Yes.
Okay.
I do not have a card for him yet.
Quick, let's jump him before he has stats.
He's got stats.
Damn it. Alright, well I'm gonna just approach the dude. And so you have this fair-sized vulture figure with like a dark weather-stained cloak, kind of just hobbling towards this guy. Let me just check something quick. Let's see. Okay, so as he gets closer, he's gonna whisper under his breath the spell for thaumaturgy, and he wants to slowly dim the fires in the room by like a light level or 2.
Okay.
And I think he has dark vision. And he's just gonna be like, look at the old man and say, "Are you on the Eye of the Mountain? Are you not?"
The man is going to stand up and say, "I am. I hold the title. It is my purpose for being."
Tell me, Eye of the Mountain, have you lived a long and full life?
He's going to smile and says, "There's more at God's command of me."
Gods, perhaps there's another that requires something of you. Tell me, you have no regrets for this life you have lived.
He begins thinking, and then he says, "I have many, but what brings you? What brings you to our lodge? Are you in need of a keeper?"
I am here to see you, Eye of the Mountain. I serve a purpose as well.
He's looking very suspiciously at Roak now, and he's going to say, "What purpose is that?" The other people around this table are also, Roak is gaining their attention.
is this like a I'm envisioning a Viking lodge, so is this like a long oak table kind of deal?
Yes. Let's see
Okay.
if yeah, that's pretty close to it. He's
really
standing
hope the
across
other
the table from you, and Roak would be on the side with. Let me think real quick. 6 of these other people.
Well, he's going to stop at the end of the long table, and when he reaches it, he's going to like just flare his wings once to get up onto the table, and keep going towards him. And I really hope there's other people in the room with me because I'm going to be fucked otherwise.
We're in here.
Okay.
You've got Alward with you, right? Alward is here with us.
Yeah, from how you guys describe things, Alward and Roak went in. Soulmane. Oh, along with Alward and Roak would also be the 3 members of the Blue Band: Nykirin, Skari, and Anston. Then Soulmane and Malik would be invisible. Elsie does not feel like going and killing one of the religious leader of her people.
Sounds about right.
So you guys got this one.
Yeah, sounds about right. Sorry, what was the question he asked again? Eye of the Mountain?
What is the purpose you serve?
To see you to the other side, of course.
As Roak has been distracting him and it's been sneaking up, being closer behind them.
Right, we're alone with this guy, yeah?
No, there's like 8 people besides him.
In total, there are 9 people that aren't a part of your guys' party. There is the Eye of the Mountain is sitting down with 8 keepers discussing was discussing something before you guys came up. One person from the other group of 24 led the party up here to the Eye of the Mountain's table. This entire place is large enough to seat 600 people. There are only 8 plus 24, 32 plus 1. There are only 33 people plus you guys down here on these 2 floors.
Okay.
For all intensive purposes, it's empty, but it is not. It is not completely empty.
So as Roak kind of reaches the end of the table, he's going to extend a claw and says, "Will you come with me? I have the mountain."
He's going to stand up, or rather, he is standing, and he's going to point to his keepers and say, "My purpose on this side is not yet done. If you need a guide to the Earthfire, we can assist you, but otherwise, we have no more business."
How close is he right now?
To Roak, standing on the table, he is probably just out of your range, maybe 8 feet away from you. Not a whole 10 feet.
Okay.
But he would be. This table's large enough that there's a square between you and him. However, he's not completely 2 squares away.
Okay.
But for, combat grid purposes, it would be 10 feet.
He's, think brain. I had something I was going to say and then my brain went brain. He pointed, right? Where did he point?
To his, keepers.
Just right beside him?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, excuse me.
So he's not going to reach for his hand or nothing?
No, he's not reaching for anything.
Okay. He's going to kind of smile at him, go to the end of the table, and kind of lay a hand on his shoulder, like, I'm afraid it's not the god's decision.
All right.
And hold on, we finished. When he lays hand on him, he's gonna channel divinity.
Okay.
And what that's going to do is, the next time he takes damage from a spell or an attack from an ally, he gains vulnerability to that spell or attack.
So, with this action, this guy is a religious leader equivalent to the Pope. It is It is a miracle that Roak has gotten as close as he did, but you are not going to be allowed to touch him without that being an aggressive action. So,
you take this guy very seriously here.
Yeah, you can roll initiative and then roll an attack roll for that action. But all of the other... Huh?
It's not an attack, it's just I just have to touch him.
Yeah, he's not going... Like, they're not going to let you touch him. So you'd have to make this attack at him. Or let me read the text of this just to make sure. But,
well, I have it here. It says, as an action, you touch the creature. Next time it takes attack. Next time the creature takes damage from a spell or attack of an ally, it is vulnerable to that spell's attack. To that spell or attack's damage. If the source of damage has multiple damage type, the creature is vulnerable to all of them. The vulnerability applies only to the first time that source inflicts damage and then ends. If he has resistance or is immune to that damage, he instead loses his resistance or immunity against that spell or attack when it first applies damage.
Okay, so you're gonna have to step forward to, make this touch, and the keepers are, nobody is going to, let Roak touch this person. So, I will let you have the choice of making an attack roll at him, or he's going to have a dexterity save to move out of the way.
I don't even know how that works, dude. Because there's no touch attack in this edition.
Yeah, it would just be a regular melee attack using your unarmed. You're not in range to touch him, so Roak is stepping forward into this guy's personal space to do this. And as he's stepping forward is when this guy at the same time is noticing what Roak is doing.
So you're saying you're taking this thing and you're imposing an attack roll on it, even though it doesn't say I need one.
Yes, because of the person, because of the events that are going down in RP, he is suspicious enough of you that he is not going to let you step forward and touch him. Roak has not exactly invited himself, or been talking of, we're friends, that, Roak has been vaguely making threats this whole time. They're, if Roak takes a step forward, he's taking a step back.
I have 10 strength, so it's just probably just not gonna work, so I'm not gonna bother.
Yeah, so Roak is going to step forward towards the eye of the mountain. He's going to step backwards, and immediately everybody at the table is going to rise around Roak.
And as soon as they do, Sylvain is gonna finish getting behind the eye of the mountain and stab him in the back.
Okay, I will allow that as a surprise round for Sylvain.
So it should be with advantage, correct?
Well, I'm thinking because they're rolling initiative. They're rolling initiative right on Roak's step. No, go ahead and take that, and then they'll go into initiative. All right, we're going to the combat grid. That is going to hit. The eye of the mountain is lightly armored, from what you guys can tell.
And so I get my
the
sneak
people,
on.
yeah, the people around him, not so much.
Do I, for the skill of the sword I just got, can I reroll once on my sneak attack or no?
You can reroll 1 damage die. It is only one of the die, and you don't have. So the keen, I linked you the wiki.
Yeah, it's the sinister.
Yeah,
The sinister does it.
the sinister you can reroll any 1 damage die.
So I can reroll one of the
Yeah,
sneak attack damage die.
Yeah, if you roll a 3 on a sneak attack, you can choose to reroll that. The keen is the one that allows you to reroll 1s on your attack roll.
Okay. So I'm gonna reroll one of the ones in my sneak attack,
Okay.
making it a 2, so a 10 instead.
All right. That is gonna be 8 plus 10, 18 points of damage. Initiating combat. I'm gonna bring up the turn order, and everybody can go ahead and roll initiative. That's just great. Can't select this thing to delete it.
Select what?
Yeah, I just moved you guys northwards. I am clearing the grid, and it's taking me a second because for some reason, specifically just on the combat grid, my cursor or Roll20 or whatever it is loves to bug out. It's great. It's exactly what I wanted. Haha! I am smarter than you! Bugged out, grid thing. Okay, everybody can, go ahead and roll initiative. Oh, are you guys on the combat grid?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. All right.
You still here, Wiz?
Map. Let's get off of that. All right. Should be 9 people. Right, the scene in front of you guys. And Scary.
And my roll 20 just went and died.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Be right back. Gotta load it back up.
Okay.
My entire web browser just crashed.
Alright, so, I will go in depth and draw out the scenery around you guys, but immediately for what's present, or what's necessary for lining up this fight. If you're looking at roll 20, the warden who led you guys here is the one that I am pinging. The eye of the mountain is in the blue. Sitting at his around his table are the 8 keepers he was in council with. And we'll go ahead and swap that one for right there. Are the 8 keepers he was in council with. And Roak was on the center of the table. Roak stepped forward, and the eye of the mountain stepped backwards. Everybody stood up in arms at this action, and initiative has been rolled.
Step backwards into my bullet.
Yep.
Crunch. You can no longer move.
Alright,
Just realized my initiative is nowhere to be seen.
say it one more time.
Just realized that my initiative is nowhere to be seen.
Oh, yeah. Turn. And add turn.
This is it, boys. It's been a pleasure.
Fly, you fool!
It's kind of been a pleasure, but yeah. But
It indeed has. And who is this? Oh, those are the 5. Or no, I already put in the 5s. 13. Did it. 5. Did it. Oh, the 2. Oh, that's great. Alright. Let us sort by descending order, and Soulmane has 1 initiative.
Hey! Is he just kind of staring at me as my blades being them?
No. You see him gripping his side and his teeth, and he is looking at you with all types of ferociousness.
Ah, nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use a bonus action to throw out one of my creatures from my bag of rust.
Alrighty. Do you want to roll that d8, or do you want me to roll it for you?
That is a 6. Let me see what that is going to entail. 6 is giant boar. Oh, this will be fun.
Boars are fun.
Alright. Big old boar.
Big old bar.
Let's see.
Big
Boar.
More tokens for Brandon to have to fight with.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, that's great. They have it on roll 20, but it does not have a token associated with it when you drag it. So we're just going to go with boar. And here is this one. That is a plump boar, man.
Well, it is a giant boar.
Yeah. Let me pull up its things. I think a giant boar would be a medium. Oh, it's a large beast. All right.
So if it's a large, I'll probably have to behind us.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. It's Wilbur.
Mm-hmm. It's a big old beastie.
Beasties. Wilbur, no! Come down, Wilbur.
All right.
Surely.
So, luckily I was just adding this stuff in. All right, so you throw down the beast.
Jesus, that has hit points.
Yeah, dude.
What is a giant boar's challenge rating? It is a CR2 at 42 hit points.
So, does it have ferocity in this edition? Probably not, because that's interesting.
No, but I can have it charge, but there's, too many of us in the way.
Alright. Okay, so, following, Soulmane, the next person on initiative is the Eye of the Mountain. That was a bonus action?
I believe using that as a bonus action, is it not?
It's an action to pull an object from the bag. You can use an action to pull the fuzzy object from the bag and throw it up to 20 feet. When the object lands, it transforms into a creature which you determine by, the 1d6.
Yes.
Or the 1d8.
I can use my bonus action to command it, that's right. So I'll use a bonus action to command it to attack the Eye of the Mountain with Tusk attack. Let's attack it.
Alrighty. It's gonna make a... let me give you access to its sheet. So you can roll these thingy things. It is going to make a Tusk attack. And let's turn on its options to toggle and toggle advantage. And I am giving control over to you and Adamir.
Where'd you put it?
About to show it to you. Anyways, that attack, the 13 is going to miss.
Damn.
Alright, so, on, the Eye of the, Mountain's turn, he is going to, delete that, delete, and, sort by that. He is, going to shapeshift, and you guys are going to see his form start to change, and he is going to turn also into a large creature, pushing Malik back. He is, let's just go with that. Because hopefully Roll20 has it. Ever so apt, he is going to change into a he's going to change into a giant wolf, but we are going to use the statistics of the giant crocodile.
Why? That's for a wolf.
I am not seeing it. Let me search again. Otherwise, he'll just turn into the giant crocodile. Yeah, I see giant wolf spider.
Is this a wolf or a dire wolf?
It was going to be a giant wolf, but we'll just go with the giant crocodile.
I found the stats for a dire wolf. Here. Because those are two completely different creatures.
Yeah. However, he can afford CR5. So he's gonna go with the crocodile. He transforms into a large creature as a bonus action, and he is going to make 2 bite attacks at you guys. And that's... Alright, the first one is going to be a 21 versus Soulmane's AC.
So that'll hit.
Alright, and you have a DC 16 to avoid being grappled.
What kind of check is it?
It is a dexterity saving throw.
A dex saving throw?
Yes. Alright, you are grappled, which means he can't bite a second time. He is going to hit Malik with a tail attack.
Does he know Malik there? 'Cause he was invisible.
Oh,
still.
yeah, Malik is invisible. So he's going to hit your boar with that tail attack using that 14. And your giant boar's AC is 12. Both attacks are going to hit. Well, the tail attack, yeah, also swings at 8. He deals 21 piercing damage to Soulmane and 10 bludgeoning damage to your boar. It is Roak's turn.
He's using the 14.
Yeah, I rolled his 2 attacks early. They both roll at a +8. I can re-roll it for you if you'd prefer that. Oh, well, I mean, I rolled the 11, but I was just gonna go with the 14 because I'd already rolled them.
No, that's fine. That's why I wanted to check.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I felt like it would have been kind of cheating if I would have said, "All right, he's re-rolling that 14," because that is a really low roll for him. And
I'm gonna uncanny dodge the bite damage.
Okay. Remind me real quick what that does.
I can half the damage I take from any attack
That has a dex save attached to it.
Well, actually, I would get half that automatically because of evasion. So I would take half from that, and uncanny dodge just halves any damage from an attack I can see.
Alrighty. You do the math. It is Roak's turn.
5?
Okay.
Is that what I'm looking at? If I'm doing quarter damage then?
Let's see. So evasion is only against spell effects.
Oh, that's true. So it'd be
yeah.
10. 10 or 11. I can't remember if you do high or low.
It is high, so you take 11.
Okay.
Oh, and let's get to some more combat-focused music, as this is too pleasant.
So how much did you take there, Soulmane?
You took 11.
11. Okay. I'm going to. Rourke is going to. How high are the ceilings?
Of this lodge,
Yeah.
the ceilings are easily 60 feet up.
Okay,
This place is
so-
massive.
All right. So I'm going to ascend 15 feet. As my action, I'm going to cast a Beacon of Hope, which is a 30-foot radius. And if anybody within the 30-foot radius gets advantage on wisdom saves, and any healing they received is maximized. And as a bonus action, I'm going to cast, I believe it's Healing Word on Soulmane, and you're going to get back 8 hit points.
All right.
By the way, Brendan, just for purposes, the boar is knocked prone.
Okay.
Don't think Scar. I think Scar is the only one of my allies that's not within that 30-foot away.
Okay.
And 15 feet. Yes, yeah. That'll be my turn.
Alrighty. Next up on the list, it is Malik's turn.
All right. So there's not necessarily a quote-unquote good place for me to throw my fireball.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine. I definitely need to drop this fireball on as many of these little guys as I can before the enemies get their turn. Okay, so are we still going to be using the 20 feet as diagonals sort of thing?
Yes. That is 5th edition.
Okay, so if I place it starting there, it would reach here and just miss outward, right? Actually, hold up. Hey, Alward, would you be okay with taking a bit of fireball to the face if it meant hitting more people with the fireball?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Because if I bathe you in the fireball, I hit basically everything on the grid.
I mean,
Including
I am
the
supposed to
big
be
guy.
a pseudo tank, so
Alright, in that case, I'm going to drop it here so I can reach both of the guards on the outside of this carpet thing. It will hit basically... the only ones that won't hit basically at that point are going to be these two guards with the axes.
Okay. So Roak is 15 feet in the air above that point. The table that is right there rises a few feet off of the ground. If you want to not hit Roak, you have to throw it underneath the table. Throwing it atop the table is going to hit Roak.
Okay. Will throwing it underneath the table grant the enemies any particular advantage?
It is going to alter the spell, as it will probably explode the table and send shrapnel everywhere.
Which could make it worse.
Neat.
But on the other hand, we don't damage our healer. But do any of the guys that we're fighting have bows at all?
Oh, from what you guys can tell, no. However, some of them do have javelins. A spear was the religious item of Galesong, or the weapon of choice. So.
Okay. And if I quicken a spell, I can cast what?
You can cast a spell as a bonus action. Hey, Wiz, I'm getting some feedback from your mic, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna mute you.
yeah, so sorry about that. I'll just
Yeah. You quicken a spell, you can cast a spell that has a standard action as a bonus action.
I remember how my quicken spell works.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
wondering what other spell I can cast in the turn.
Oh, a cantrip.
Can't you cast like 2 fireballs in a round? Use sorcery points.
Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move to here,
Okay.
assuming that's a legal move.
Oh, I'm actually looking for Malik on my side.
He's next up.
Okay, I see him. He blended in.
Uh-huh.
For Malik, moving up onto the table, and then you got to move around that guy. Moving onto the table costs you 10 feet of movement, and then 10 feet getting off. It is difficult terrain.
Okay. Let's see. So, could I just then move like that and then like that?
Yeah. Those guys are aggressive, and they will take attacks of opportunity at you, though.
I'm invisible.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast a,
They are, however, aware of your presence, though. Invisibility does not mask sound.
Okay. But they can't attack me.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to throw a... quicken a thunder wave right here. So that these two guards in front of me... now in front of me must make a Constitution saving throw or be pushed 10 feet.
Alrighty. Go ahead and link that spell to me. They are both presumably going to fail that. What is your spell saving DC? The highest one. Okay. They both fail it, and they're pushed straight back 10 feet.
Yep, onto the table.
Alrighty. They are now on the table.
Okay. Now I'm going to cast a fireball on top of the table because I don't want to figure out what you're going to do.
Bless you.
Pardon. I'll action surge to cast a fireball on top of the table because I'm concerned that you said shrapnel, and I think you just turned Wesley into a pincushion to make up for him not getting hit by the fireball. Plus, I got two people on the table now.
Where are you placing the fireball?
Right there, so that the radius will hit the two guys with the swords at either side of the table, and everybody except for the guy with the axe on the bottom left-hand corner of the table.
Okay, and once again, that's still going to hit Wesley, who's 15 feet in the air.
Yes, it will also strike Alward, the big guy, and Salmain.
Alrighty, they are going to go ahead and make all of their saves. This is a reflex save.
Ooh, that's a big fireball.
Dex save?
Yeah, give me that dex save, boy.
Alright.
You take nothing.
I'm pinging. Failed. And... Oh... does it hit this guy out here? It does. That guy succeeded. Next to him, success. Success. Hits that guy. Success. Failed on this one. Failed on that one. Oof, 7. Failed. And the Eye of the Mountain, success. So, failed. 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 Come on, ping, and failed. And everybody else takes half damage. Is Kana...
I take nothing.
Give me that save for Kana too.
Nope. That's not how radius works.
It's 20 feet.
This would be 20 feet. If you're talking radius, it moves like that.
Alrighty. Then, Kana's out of that. Go ahead and apply that damage to the people who have taken it. I'm writing all of these down real quick.
Howard succeeded. Wesley needs to give us a save for heroic.
I'm just kind of picturing this whole thing is happening, and Soulmane is literally laying in the maw of a giant crocodile, leaning back like, "Huh, got warm in here for a second."
So what was the save on that fireball?
DC is 16.
I met it.
Hey. You take 15 fire damage.
Boy.
And for my regular action, I'm gonna cast. Wait, did none of these guys fall over?
No, not at 29. They look perfectly fine to keep going.
That's
None
just
of these
concerning.
guys fell over.
Oh,
No.
Huh. Alright, let me real quick get this wild magic surge out of the way.
Oh, that's
Uh-oh.
beautiful. 97.
Is it a 1 or a 20?
I believe it's on ones that they proc. Could I state that
It is a one.
your wild magic surges have held off till the absolute worst possible moment?
97. I am
Oh,
surrounded by
that's not
faint
bad.
ethereal music for the next minute.
Yeah, that's not bad. That could have been a whole lot worse.
Could have been a
This
whole
is-
lot better, too. I could have regained all sorcery points.
Do you have to do one for every one you use?
I can only do
yeah.
it once per turn. Alright, so I'm now surrounded by music. Right. What was, Brandon, if I can ask, what was the result of the Eye of the Mountains saving throw?
He rolled the final die. Before his bonuses were even included, it was a 3 on the roll.
It was a 3 on the die before the bonuses, and he succeeded.
Oh, wait, no, I thought I said he failed. The last
Did
four
you-
people failed. It was, failed, and failed.
Okay, I thought you said he succeeded. Oh my god, I was about to have a
Yeah.
heart attack.
I might have misclicked, but also you guys know he's got the dexterity statistics of a giant crocodile.
I imagine crocodiles are very
Oh, you
mysterious creatures.
you know what? You are correct. His was the 17, not the 3. But since I just said he failed, we're going with the fail.
Okay. This is relevant because I have to feature Bend Luck now.
Okay.
Just gonna throw that up. Alright, and for my last attack, I'm going to... Well, if these guys... so these guys don't look, like, at all damaged, huh?
They do not. A fight seems what these guys live for. If... When I see... Okay, to subtract 1d4 from it. Are you doing anything with your bonus action?
No, I spent my bonus action on quickening the thunder
Okay,
wave.
so
I
your
actually
turn's
searched
done?
for a fireball, and now I'm going to use my regular action to cast a cantrip. I'm trying to whether I should cast it twice with you guys or still touch the boss. I'm gonna acid splash these two guys right here.
Okay. Go ahead and that is a dexterity save on their behalf.
Dex DC 16 for
6.
wonderful 6 acid damage.
6 and 7 respectively. Before either of their bonuses, they are going to fail and fail.
I should hope so.
Alright, they have taken rounded up 15 from your fireball and then 6 from the acid. Alright, it is it is the sword wielding one's turn. Alright.
Nope. I cast a spell, they skip the turn.
Oh, alright, it's Alward's turn.
Yay!
Oh. The first one is his charge is protecting the mountain warden. He can't flank, but he can get to this boar. He's going to make a multi-attack at it, making 3 attacks, and from his position, I believe he can get 1 square further.
Just take that damage for us, NPC.
He is going to hit, and miss. The boar is going to take 2d10 of damage. Say it one more time.
You have advantage on these attacks because it's prone.
Oh, it is prone. All right, I'm gonna re-roll. I'm gonna re-roll all 3. I will roll a separate die for the one that missed, 15 on the one that missed, and no crits on the other ones. All right, so he's going to take 3. He's going to take 3d10 of damage, plus 9. This guy is going to start digging for bacon, hacking into this thing. Malik's fireball seems to have invigorated these guys. It is next in the round. It is Alward's turn. Oh wait. There's a 2 more sword dudes. All right. Walking around the table, while you think he'd attack Soulmane, the boar draws more attention, and these guys are not very smart. He's also going to lay into the boar, 2 attacks landing, and rolling for that one that missed, no crits. But the one that missed on the advantage roll was a 14. And he's also going to lay in for the same amount of damage. 3d10 plus 9. These guys begin hacking your board to pieces. It has taken 50 points of damage. Okay, it had 42, right?
It was knocked less than 42 at the beginning of this because of the tail attack.
Okay, his last 2 attacks then are gonna go at Soulmane. The first one was a
it's only gonna be that one that's gonna hit me.
Say it again?
It's only gonna be 1 to hit me because it's +3 to each of these attacks.
No, his strength modifier is +3.
That's what I'm saying. So it's +3 to the damage, right?
Yes. Yeah, +3 to the damage.
It's important because the boar has a relentless.
Oh, okay, so it keeps fighting until it's reduced to super negative.
If the boar takes 10 or less damage, or that would reduce it to 0 hit points, it is reduced to 1 hit point instead, so it actually tank out 2 of those attacks.
Ahaha! That is one of my favorite feats. Alright, so it's the last one is gonna be the one that downs it. Or rather the 5 is gonna be the one that downs it, and then the last attack, that one was a 12, is gonna be 18 versus your AC.
It was an 18 versus an AC?
Yes.
Ah, damn it.
Alright, he is going to hit you with that last one. You take 5 points of slashing damage. It is the other guy's turn. Malik, who's sitting here casting spells, he's gonna draw pretty much this guy's attention. He's going to step in front of Malik, and he is going to also roll 3 attacks without advantage. Let's see, roll 3d20. That's going to miss. The middle one is going to hit, and the last one is going to be a 15 versus Malik's AC.
Only a 15? Yeah, that's gonna miss.
Alrighty. Malik takes 1 attack as this guy steps forward.
Pathetic.
And he rolls minimum damage. Malik has successfully got all of these guys' attention, and they are angered at him. Alright, it is Outward's turn. Oh, snap. I forgot I muted him on my end. What is Outward doing? Could you say that again?
Okay, you see the spear guy next to me?
Yes.
Yeah, he's getting short-sworded.
Alrighty.
Sorry, correction. He's getting double short-sword because I have 2-weapon fighting.
Okay, roll me your attack rolls.
Okay, there's 1.
19 is going to hit.
And I've just cut... why character sheet? Why do you do this to me? And there is my other... Don't tell me that doesn't hit.
The 10 is not going to hit.
But the 19 does.
Yes. He takes 8 points.
Okay. And then, because I attacked and my bear can see me, and I keep closing down the character sheet because I have it open in a separate window. Where is it? Where is it? Here you go. Kara is going to use her reaction to attack Hammer Guy.
Alrighty. Roll me her attack roll.
That doesn't hit. I'm calling it now. 11 doesn't hit.
It does not. Is there anything else you're doing on your turn?
Let's see. Normal action, bonus action. Can't exactly move anywhere.
Do you get multi-attack?
2-weapon fighting.
Most martial classes at level 5 get extra attack.
Yeah. So,
no, I don't get extra attack. I didn't pick the right.
Okay.
I picked Beast.
That's fair.
Conclave, so yeah.
Beastmaster gets something else.
Yeah, that's the thing that allowed me to have my bear attack on my turn. And then it's going to go around to my bear's turn, and it's going to take its turn as if normal.
Brandon, quick question.
Yes.
Are the Blue Man group there going to be joining in on this, or...?
No, that was the token for your bear. And...
No, I meant, the Kieran and that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, they need initiative, don't they? Alright.
That'd be helpful.
Nykirin is going to roll initiative. She's got that. I was just like, yeah, man, their turn just hasn't came up yet. Well, there's a reason why. And Anston.
Oh, well, would you look at that? I rolled a 9 as well. I guess they're going now.
That's absolutely beautiful.
Nykirin should have gone before Rick.
Yeah, we'll handle her turn next. Nykirin is going to step forward into this fray, cutting Anston off, and she is going to, or actually, no, she's gonna help Malik.
Yeah, because I'm not being surrounded back here.
Your frontline tank could. Yeah, you know what? Nykirin will help you because she is a plan maker. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Dash action sprints around to the eye of the mountain. She would be flanking with Soulmane. However, she uses her action taking the dash. Let me look at the combat feat I gave her. Yeah, and she doesn't have anything else she can do. She's gonna take a bonus action and make an unarmed strike at him. The 18 is going to hit the giant crocodile. Believe. Yep, has it is going to hit, and she is going to deal 7 points of bludgeoning damage to this crocodile man.
Bad, spit it out.
The eye of the mountain growls at her. It is the rest of their turns. All right. Anston is going to, as he still does not have any armor, is going to roll his feat. He adds his proficiency bonus to. He adds his proficiency die. He rolls his proficiency die at the start of his turn, and for the rest of his combat, increases his armor by the same amount. He rolled a 1. And that is absolutely beautiful. He's going to step in and make 2 weapon attacks at the guy in front of Alward. Watching for Skari's back. The 14 is going to miss. The 7 is going to hit. He deals 7 points of slashing damage to this guy. Skari herself has her alchemist satchel, and that rolls as cantrip. She is going to throw a vial of alchemist fire at the guy in front of her. Rolling a 13 plus her dex, 2, 15, and then her proficiency is going to bring that to 18. That is going to hit him, and she is going to deal 5 points of fire damage as a, or I'm sorry, 9 points of fire damage as flames quickly sprout over this guy. She is going to then move. She's gonna move up and over and say, "I'm going to help Nykirin," and she's going to take that movement to that square, moving one extra space around this guy so she doesn't get in his range, and end her turn there. It is more enemies' turns. Great. This guy is going to enter a rage, and he is going to attack Kana. He is going to hit Kana, and he is going to deal...
What did he roll?
He rolled an 18 before his bonus.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. He is going to deal 1d10 plus 4 plus 2. And he's going to deal 13 points of bludgeoning damage to Kana. Guy on table is going to step forward. Getting his bearings, he enters a rage, and he is going to attack Mallet, rolling a 21 on his attack roll.
That's going to be a miss, good sir.
All right. Other guy is going to step forward to flank Mallet. He is going to enter a rage, and he is going to roll a 25 on his attack roll.
25 will hit. Let me see if I can do anything about that.
All right. The roll was a 19 if you want to adjust it with any chaos feats.
Let's see. Bend luck functions as a...
It's not a crit, is it?
It is not a crit.
Okay.
It's not a crit, but I'm double checking to see whether or not Bend luck functions as a reaction. Because I don't have it written down as such. Yep, it is a reaction. Alright, I'll make sure to write that down in the future. You said it's a 25?
It is a 25, and for some reason, your NPC's rolls are going directly to me, and you guys can't see them, so let me... You guys have access, by the way, to Anston and Nykirin's page, or sheets, I believe. Nykirin rolls to the public, and Anston rolls to the public. There we go.
You know what? I'll take the hit.
Alrighty. He deals 13 points of bludgeoning damage to Mallet. You still have your vulnerability to bludgeoning damage, BT dubs.
I still have that?
It is on the verge of healing up. You guys know it took Elena a week to heal with the best of medical care.
Hmm.
Rolling like 25 pluses on those heal checks to have several weeks.
Yeah, Roak has been...
right,
well,
I'm
it
gonna
hasn't been a
use-
week for you guys. It has...
Use...
Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to use Hellish Rebuke. He needs to make a dex save, DC 16, or take 16 fire damage.
Alrighty. He's...
You know what would be really cheesy is if you made all of these guys Bear Totem Warriors and this stuff is dealing half.
No, when I make NPCs classes, unless they're like a super important NPC, I just give them the base level things.
It's important enough for subclasses. Woo!
A D20. I don't think barbarians have training in that. They don't have a +3. That's going to be a 20 Or that's gonna be a 19 on that. That was a with his strength modifier.
That's going to be a miss.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, these guys have a strength of 4. That 3 is for the sword guys. I'm just like looking at my notes. I'm like, that doesn't seem right. For the guys with the hammers are the presumably the more unarmored ones, who are raging and furiously yelling as they're attacking at you guys. They seem stronger. Anyways, that's all of their turns. The dudes with the axes, and it is Kara's turn.
Okay. This guy with the hammer. He needs to make an opposed either acrobatics or athletics check.
All right, he's
or
rolling.
Be shoved prone.
He is rolling. He's rolling a athletics check on that. He has an advantage on it, and it is going to be a 14 on his roll.
I mean, 14 beats 13.
Yeah. He is raging. He goes toe to toe with your bear. Being exhilarated in the fight.
Why do I expect him to now attempt to grapple my bear? Because that would be funny.
Alright, does Kana want to do anything else on her turn?
Kara can't do anything else on her turn, so no. The plan was like push away and then move, but you know, doesn't have a bonus action.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, alright, that is going to be your action for your turn, but I'm pretty sure, if Kara has a standard action that she can use, just on her normal turns, she can also take a disengage action in the future and move without taking attacks of opportunity. Okay.
But yeah.
It is the final two combatants' turn. Flanking with the Eye of the Mountain. This guy is going to pull out a longsword and he's going to pull out a longsword and make an attack at Soulmane. It is an 18 before his bonuses. Final roll was a 22.
Yeah, that hits.
He is going to deal 1 d8 of slashing damage and roll for max and deal 10 points of slashing damage to Soulmane.
Ow.
This guy is going to step forward, call to this guard, and say, "Finish off that caster." He is, or actually, this one would be the better option, as he is commander. He's going to call to that one and say, "Finish off that caster." This guy burns his reaction and makes a attack at Mallet. A 22 versus your AC.
That's gonna be a miss, good buddy.
Yeah, I know, right? And that's with advantage. That is his turn, and he's gonna look to Roak in the air. Top of the round, it is Soulmane's turn.
Well, this is a fine pickle. Even though I'm still restrained, I'm flanking with Nikiran.
Yes, you are. The restrained condition does not take away your ability to attack. It takes away your ability to move, and I think make dexterity saves. But yeah, you can continue taking your turn. Your speed is 0, and you can't benefit from any bonuses to your speed. Attack rolls have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. So you would be attacking with a normal roll right now. You have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. You can try and fight your way out of this thing's mouth. I'll allow you an acrobatics check.
But would that be my action or my bonus action?
That would be your action. Hey, the cool thing is, since he's got you bitten, he can't bite you anymore.
He's not going anywhere. Swing, because it'll cancel out.
Alrighty, that's going to be the 14. Oh, I'm sorry, that hits. I'm just like, what is he waiting on? Roll the damage.
Okay, so that's good, and since I don't have disadvantage, and there is an ally within 5 feet, my sneak attack goes off.
You do have disadvantage, but, well, yeah, I guess they cancel each other out. You're fine. Sneak attack, 16 damage. Alright, he took 18 at the start, and then that's 7 plus 6 is gonna be 23.
Plus Nikiran hit him, didn't she?
No, she dashed. He has taken 29 points of fire damage.
I thought she hit him with her bonus action.
She did. That's where I was like, where did the 7 points of damage come from? He took 29 points of fire damage, 7 points of bludgeoning damage, 18 points of slashing damage from you earlier, and then 23 points of damage just now. You can continue with your turn if you're doing anything else. I don't believe that's enough to knock him out of crocodile form. 29 plus 7. He is still a crocodile man.
Can I make an... I have an offhand weapon right now, actually. I guess I'm just gonna keep laying here in the Croc's maw. So lay back.
This is
It's
fine.
the safest place to be.
Okay. All right. So next up on the list, it is his turn. All right. So in the maw of the crocodile. So can he just like not do anything to you while you're in there?
That's your call. I have no idea.
Yeah. Let's see. Bite. Piercing damage until the grapple ends. The target is restrained, and the crocodile cannot bite another target. Alrighty.
He's tanking.
How am I still the tank of this party?
he is going to like with Soulmane in his mouth as okay, Mabi, the crocodile, the giant crocodile is a huge creature. With Soulmane still in his mouth, he is going to start shaking Soulmane around in a vicious crocodile fashion. However, as as he's doing it, he's going to make 2 tail attacks at Nykirin.
Asshole, you ever hear of whiplash?
The giant crocodile. I rolled these, but I'm just gonna roll them here on roll 20 instead. They were a 18 and 11 in front of me, which would have hit her before his bonuses. I just did it here so he could. I can click his damage instead of mathing. The tail is going to... Oh, there we go. I was like, where's this damage at? Good lord, this thing is slamming. Alright. Nykirin is going to take a metric butt-ton of damage from this.
She's taking a metric butt-ton. I'm the one that's in the mouth and have been having guys punch and stab me.
Yeah. She's, well, I mean, 31 points of damage is, kind of a lot. It does not trigger her brawler feat. Let's see. It does not trigger her brawler feat, yet. Alright, it is, Nykirin's turn. Oh, great. Oh, and she's gotta make a, strength saving throw. Nykirin is, she gets +3 to that. It is 6. She is, knocked prone. She spends, half her movement, getting up. And, gets up, and she's going to, she does not have, extra attack. She is going to attack with, she's going to make 2 unarmed strikes, one using her bonus action, and another one using her standard action. That first strike has advantage as she's flanking with Soulmane, and I will re-roll that. And neither one of those are going to hit. The second one also has advantage. Just roll and see if she crits. She does not. She deals 8 points of bludgeoning damage. The 8 points, let's see, the guy was at 77, is going to be exactly enough to knock him out of his crocodile form. He shrinks back down to the normal size of a person, dropping Soulmane. Nykirin wipes a little bit of dirt off her face and steps forward. It is Roak's turn.
Alright. Who's bloodied?
Am I bloodied? Not yet, but I'm probably not gonna have a good time in a minute.
Malik?
I believe Malik is bloodied. He took 26 points of bludgeoning damage on his turn.
JD muted.
Okay.
26, you said?
Yeah, it was 13, but it was bludgeoning, so it was vulnerability, so it turned into 26.
I thought it was just half again, not doubled.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I seldom ever use vulnerability, so yeah, it would be that then. 20 points then.
You're spooking me, Brandon. Alright.
I would like you to know, I have been applying vulnerability to all the monsters you guys have hit into with double damage. So, it has been a terrifying time for a lot of them.
Okay.
Brandon, why?
Hey, in your defense, it's probably worked out in your favor for the most part. So.
Let me do a little. Figure out how this is going to work here. Okay, so this is first level. It's a little higher. So if I'm reading this correctly, this is 1, 2, 3. So healing word cast at third level slot would be 3d4.
Yes, 3d4 plus your wisdom modifier.
Okay. All right, I'm going to ascend another 15 feet, push me at a maximum of 30 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. We'll just go with 25 feet. So I'm a maximum 25 feet in the air. I'm going to spend my action to cast a healing word in a third level slot, which is going to give. Let's see.
Hey,
Actually,
JD, real quick, where are you seeing the ruling for vulnerability at half again? Because what I read is on 197 of double damage for vulnerability.
Let me hold them. Okay, I'm going to hold that until we get a final say on this. How much damage Malik is taking.
Wizards is very good about getting on Twitter in random places and saying, "Oh yeah, this rule does not at all function like how we wrote it."
Yeah. So I'm just going to wait until we've got a final say on that. We're outside.
There we go. Yep, you're right.
Okay, I was going to say, if it was like a tweet or something, if you could link it to me. But yeah, we're going to go with double. So that was 26 on your turn.
Alright, where is Malik?
Surrounded. He is, well, he actually looks like a demon right now. So he's the...
no, I mean, literally on the board.
Yeah,
where is he?
I'm pinging him. I used a similar token
to
Malik for these guys.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why when he moved, I was just like, where'd Malik go? Let me go find you a red demon man.
Alright. So let me... above her is this be. Yeah, so on that, I'm going to expand. Yeah, I'm going to cast Healing Word at a third level slot on Malik, which is going. That's a bonus action, which is going to be 4 times 4, so 16 hit points back, which I guess like half of what you took is.
Little more than half.
A little more than half.
16 plus your wisdom modifier still, isn't it?
No, that is that.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It is, yeah. It's 3d4 plus 4. And I'm going to spend my action to do the same with Soulmate, so you also get 6.
So for spells with a casting time of a bonus action, you can cast multiple spells in a turn, but you can't cast 2 spells that have a casting time of a bonus action in the same turn. So you you cannot. Bonus actions are like the swift actions of this edition. You only get one of those regardless, and things that are on a swift action can't be moved to a standard action.
Alright, in that case, I will cast... And double check that I can do this very quickly. I'm going to fly above Soulmane, and I will cast Death's Ward on him.
Alright. That is a spell and a half.
Yes, it is.
He will need it.
It doesn't heal you, but if you are taken to 0, you are still at 1.
Soulmane is relentless. It is
And I had to descend to do that, so I'm going to use... I think that's going to put me, using my full movement here. Circling.
How high up are you?
10 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Alright. It is now Malik's turn. Malik is surrounded. He feels a little bit better after Roak squawked at him.
Alright, and how much health was that, Wesley?
16 hit points.
That actually changes exactly what I was going to do just now. But sorry.
My bad.
Alright.
No, that's fine. You're keeping me alive. That's nothing
How
bad.
dare you heal me?
I didn't heal him, I'm just going to keep him from going to 0. If you're at 0 hit points, then I can, you still get maximum hit points from healing.
Yeah.
So...
And you said the that dude over there is the Eye of the Mountain. He's in human form again.
He is.
But he used beast shape, right?
Yes.
Okay. So he's probably got a decent wisdom save. Alright. I'm gonna cast Hold Person in a 2nd level slot and spend 3 sorcery points to make it a heightened spell. He has disadvantage on the wisdom save.
Alrighty. Alright. His proficiency. Whew. Believe. That is going to be a 14 on his lowest one. And he is going to fail that save.
Hey.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm. The Eye of the Mountain falls over paralyzed in front of you guys.
I wasn't done with my turn.
Yeah, I was just saying, you paralyzed him.
Okay.
Finish him.
Well, now every hit on him is a crit.
Yeah, I just have to not lose my concentration. As a bonus action, I'm going to use Second Wind to recover 6 hit points. Yeah, that's gonna do it for my turn, I guess.
All right. The swordsmen are going to take their turn. Each one, seeing the eye fall over, their attention goes to the caster, who people have been shouting to attack. The first one in front of Malik is going to take 3 attacks at Malik. Wait, why did that roll a d10? Okay, that was supposed to be a d20, but that's cool. 3 attacks at Malik, and they are going to be gloriously
worse than the first ones.
Yeah. This guy is going to step around, flanking with his companion. It's going to roll of a 24 and a 21 versus Malik's AC. Oh, wait. He's got advantage, so I will re-roll 1 additional die for each of those. A crit and a 24 versus Malik's AC.
Alright, that crit. I'm going to use at Sentinel's door as a reaction when let me double check this. Where the heck am I? Where did I go? Alright, when a reaction when an ally within 30 feet suffers hits with a crit, I can turn it into a normal hit.
Alrighty. Malik's gonna see his life flash before his eyes, and once again, Roak is going to call out to the concepts he serves and change the effect of this hit.
It's not your time.
Alright, I believe
good noob.
Both of those are going to hit. He is going to roll 1 d6 plus 3. 1d6 plus 3. He is going to deal 7 and 5 points of piercing damage, respectively. Malik has 2 saves, DC 10 to keep concentration on hold person.
Okie dokie.
It is Alward's.
Okay.
Oh,
wow! Really? Really?
Can I give Malik my advantage or my inspiration on the second one?
Let's see.
I would say you have to grant inspiration before the roll.
Can you spend inspiration after a roll is made, or you have to spend it before a roll is made?
I'm saying you have to grant it before the roll, but I will allow you. I haven't told you the result. I will allow you to give him inspiration, but he's got to roll a second time.
Yeah, I'll use inspiration.
I'll give you mine. I got one. I'll give you mine.
No, I'll use it. I'll re-roll that save, I guess. All I have to do is not roll a 1. Yeah, look, there we go. All right, cool.
All right.
Smooth. All right, how much damage did I take? 7 and then 5?
Yes. Both piercing. All right. It is Outward's turn. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. The guys never made their attacks at Soulmane.
Brandon, just so
Yes.
Would have Anston gotten an attack of opportunity on the one that went to flank Malik?
Let us see. Well, he can, yes, he would have. And he is gonna take it. Although, Anston is, I'm gonna roll that attack of opportunity, for you guys. But, Anston's functioning, to the party in the same way that, Kara is. He does not have, reactions to spend, just because it's gonna send your guys' action economy, out of the wazoo.
Okay.
Anyways, he is going to miss that one. And it is, all the attacker dudes' turns. Miss at the, first two. Oh, well, that's with advantage. So, first attack is going to miss. Second attack is going to miss. So, these rolls, a 2, a 3, a 2, a 5, and then finally the third attack at Soulmane is going to be a 17 before his bonuses, which turns into a 23 versus his AC.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Alrighty. He is going to... Well, I'm going to roll the other ones because they're rolling the same type of damage. So I can just roll them all together. The second one is going to have a 21 versus your AC, a 25 versus your AC, and then a crit versus your AC.
They both have advantage?
Yes. One is flanking with this commander, this one, and then the other one is flanking with the Eye of the Mountain. Who is paralyzed, he doesn't have advantage.
That's
yeah. The crit is going to be on the first roll, but his first attack misses, as he rolled a 7.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, I only have one use of that anti-crit, so...
Nope, I will, uncanny dodge the crit, then.
Alright.
I should hope so.
So, you get hit by 3 normal attacks and a crit, so I'll roll the crit separate. Plus 3. Dude, that's great. That's, like, fantastic. So, it is going to be... Well, wait, that's not, plus 3, that's, plus 9. So there's, gonna be 6 more. It's his strength modifier for each attack. It's 2 plus 3, 1 plus 3, 3 plus 3, and I only did it once. So, instead that's 6 more damage, 15 points of slashing damage from the non-crits, and the crit is 2d10 plus 3. That is 10 points of damage from that hit.
So it's dropped to 5.
Yes.
That sword hasn't popped yet, then.
I'm bleeding.
Alright, it is, Alward's turn. Wiz, you might have your microphone muted if you're talking. Oh man, it's 11 o'clock. Is he still here? I didn't even look at the time.
Excuse me.
Gesundheit.
He's still in the game or in Discord, but he might have passed out.
At the bottom of this round, do you guys want to pick this up next session, or?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Yeah, if he's not here, we'll come back to his action. I do know... Oh, yeah, also I think it's getting about time that he has his obligations in life. Skari, Anston, Skari is going to move. She's got to save Mallet. Oh man, this is a hard decision. She's going to throw Alchemist Fire at the guy in front of Mallet, which would eliminate one set of flanking if she can kill him. 19 is going to hit before her bonuses. She's going to deal 7 points of fire damage. And I believe she gets something else for this for Artificer. Alright, and then after her damage, she's going to... she's going to move onto the table, pull out a dagger, which it barely looks like she even knows how to use, and say, "Let's get him!" She's now flanking with Malik for the future. It is Anston's turn. Anston is going to... yeah, definitely move here and take out this dude. Rolling his extra attack. And you guys can control your NPCs, by the way. If you want them to do anything else, you can just tell me or do it. You have access to their token and character sheet.
Okay.
He's going to roll a 19 and 20. The 20 is going to hit, and the 19 is going to hit. This guy is gonna take some damage.
If he's flanking, should we roll again, see if he gets a crit on him?
Yes, he does have advantage. Attack, attack. Whoa. Alright, those definitely hit. Anston is going to deal 8 and 10, 18 points of slashing damage. Seven. This guy goes down.
Hey,
First casualty.
Alright, it is Barbarian's turns! Yay! Alright, so we will roll 6d6 at Malik. And then we'll roll another 6d6 for the advantage. For the... oh, wait, no, these guys only have 2 attacks. So 4d20. And each one of those is going to have +7 to the attack roll. And then for the advantage, a second set of 4 attacks. The highest is going to be 23 versus Malik's AC, and a second time 23 versus Malik's AC.
What was the first highest?
Both 23.
23
right?
and 23, yes.
Yeah,
Everything else is gonna miss.
Yeah, those are also misses then.
The 23 is a miss?
23 is a miss. My AC is 24.
Look at Malik go! Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. I added those wrong. I didn't math right. 17 plus 7 is 24. 24 versus AC is the highest. Alright, that is going to touch.
Both of these guys have hammers, yeah?
Yes. I will roll. I will roll a percentage die for you on the other guy. If he is using a vicious hammer, or if he's just got... yes, they both have war hammers. The other one had a chance to be using it as a D8. All right, so it is going. Well, I'll roll each of these separately for
Chuckles, I'm in danger.
you. +4, +2, and then hey, that's really good. +4, +2. Malik takes 7, which turns into 14, and then 10, which turns into 20 points of bludgeoning damage. He's got to make a DC 10 and still a DC 10. Constitution save.
Okie dokie.
If anybody wants to grant him inspiration, they can.
Don't bother, because I only need... Literally, only roll that I do not succeed that save on is a 1.
Alright, scooting on closer to the bottom of the round, it is Kara's turn. Wiz is absent, and it is the commander's turn. Alright, can they break... can they break this concentration? First one is going to tell the... first one's going to tell the barbarian again to make a better attack. He is going to roll a crit on his attack. Is there anything... Is there anything Malik can do to negate this?
No,
he's
because
rolling it
Malik's
with
rolled 3
advantage.
points.
No Tides of Chaos?
I'm out of sorcery points.
Alrighty, and this might send Malik unconscious.
Oh, might it, Brandon? Might it?
Alright, there's a 1 in there. Malik takes 26 points of bludgeoning damage as these guys with hammer go ham on him.
Yeah, I'm down.
So, this has never happened before. Normally, your armor is going... that ascended armor that Malik is wearing is going to start to glow as Malik falls. It gives off a brief white light before dimming. The gods might have blessed Malik if he wasn't attacking their prophet.
I know what you're doing, Brandon. I feel bad for killing this guy, but I don't feel bad for killing this guy.
That said, we will pick up next time with outwards actions. Let's see, I'll just make I'm gonna go back and make 2 attacks with outward short sword at this guy, because if
that could actually matter.
If he crits twice and rolls maximum damage, even though this guy's like raging, I don't know. Maybe there's some chance and hope that Malik lives. Both of these, it's going to be with advantage. One's going to be the first attack, and the second one's going to be the second attack. The 17 is going to miss, but the 20... Or no, the 17 is going to hit because they have unarmored defense, not armor. And the 22 is going to hit also. Roll me a second set of damage. What is his damage? 1d6 plus 5. Roll 1d6 plus 5. Alright, he is going to... That is not going to be enough damage to knock out a barbarian. But it is going to be recorded for the sands of history. Alright, so we will end there for tonight. And we will pick up... Kara. can make an attack with his bonus action. I will handle that right now, I suppose, because if it goes a week, I'll forget. Kara attack with its reaction. And then on Kara's turn, it is she's going to take the disengage because he wanted her to get out of there, and come flank with Elward. It in I didn't see the roll. The 15 is not going to hit. And we will pick up at the top of the round next session. So, experience for this session. Do you guys want storyline experience now, or do you want it all when you finish this fight?
Depends. If I level, do I get my HP?
No, you're only certain religions have the ability to give you the effects of a long rest immediately. You get the effects of your level after a long rest. But yeah, if it's not going to make a difference to you guys, we'll handle it next session then. So you don't have to worry about, adding experience and then turn out to be re-rolling. Hope that's not the case, but we will see what happens next time. Your guys' next session is on the 14th of May. And I will end the broadcast there.